Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Femininity Quickies. I'm Dr. Christina, I'm your femininity coach from Los Angeles, and I talk all things dating and sex for ambitious women in their 40s. So if you have success in career, dream life, home, whatever, but no man by your side, I'm here for you to get you ready to find him. And if a quickie is not enough, I also offer one-on-one coaching sessions. If you would want to snag one of those spots, the link to sign up in the description box of this episode. So let's get this started. So let's spice up your dating life. And I know the topic today might be triggering, but if you do and follow a certain kind of steps, your dating journey will be out of this world. And depending on your story, I've been there too. I was always the relationship girl, right? I had like two very long-term relationships. One was 10 years and the other one was 7 years. So basically I was 17 years of my life in a relationship. And when I got back into the dating market, there have been apps, there have been new people, different, out of the blue, like people even in their 20s. I felt like, no, I could even date them, right? Now I could even date like people in different ages and like, oh my God, what's happening? I was also overwhelmed. And like the way I usually dated after those years, it felt like not appropriate anymore. I felt like my dating journey was outdated, My dating approach was outdated. And yeah, but then I realized too, all along this dating journey, meeting men, using dating apps, going to events, trying matchmaking, a lot of things that I tried. But at the end of the day, there have been like approaches where I felt like more comfortable with, and there have been approaches where I felt like, no, this is completely off. It bothers me. And for example, for me personally, I know everyone is different. And yeah, me personally, I cannot use dating apps. I cannot. Like every time I try and I think like, hey, this is something we are used to now, we use this now, download this one, two, three, whatever, download it and use it and swipe as much as you can, have this numbers game going. Like all the time I felt so drained. I felt like this is not me. It's not me. I want to just go somewhere to a bar or whatever, even to the beach, and then I want him to show up. I want him to speak with me. I want him to have the balls to approach me. And I feel like on those dating apps, I don't meet the personalities I would want to see in a man, which means he approaches me. And I can see him. I can look into his eyes and feel like, hey, is this something that's a good vibe or it's no, right? So, yeah, I don't know. For me personally, dating apps don't fulfill my needs of a proper dating situation, if this makes sense. So then I realized, okay, I also have like other women I coach or in my friend circle. They also have like different kind of approaches. Some of them are very good with the dating apps. They have like date after date after date. Good for them. Go for it. But some of them also like, no, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to use those apps. It's fair, And then I realized, okay, there's much more to that. It's not only the way I start talking with someone, it's an app or in person or a singles event or matchmaking or online, offline, whatever. It's also like the way I like to have a first date. And then I figured it has to be unique. It has to be you, right? And if we all follow the same path of dating, like, hey, we swipe on an app, then we go for drinks, and then that's it. Is that you? I'm asking, is that you and your way where you feel the most alluring, where you feel the most present, the most authentic? If yes, feel free to do it. If not, create your own approach. And that's how I did it. And that's how I coach my clients to do it. It has to be like the first step. First of all, you have to know what you want, right? What's the intention of dating for you? But that's a different story. And then you have to know how you like to approach dating. Is it more an active, passive role? The way you approach men or get approached online, offline, and also your expectations for a first date. I'll give you an example here. Me personally, I mean, I like upscale restaurants. If he takes me to Beverly Hills, oh my God, you know what I mean? But I also like adventures. I travel a lot and I like exploring new places. Let's say there's one guy who would take, hey, Christina, you want to go to this upscale restaurant in Beverly Hills? Where we both have been maybe not together, but independent from each other for already 10 times already, right? I mean, that's nice, but it's not that surprise. Or he's gonna take me, hey, Christina, this coffee shop DJ sets in the mornings. I don't know if you have heard about that in LA, but that's amazing. So we could grab coffee at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, party, or like listen to nice music, let's put it that way, in a coffee shop. Are you down? That's something new I want to try. Let's do it. And that's a very different way. And like, guess what? Like, of course I can dress up nicely for the Beverly Hills restaurant, but if he takes me to this 10 a.m. coffee shop where it's a new vibe, everything is new, I'm thriving more, right? I feel like, oh my God, like, yes, he likes that too. And he's obviously not going out on the Friday night, so he can be like looking and feeling fresh to date me on a Saturday morning. But that's what I'm saying. So what are your expectations, and when do you feel the most good about yourself, right? When you feel like, oh my God, I can be myself and I can bring out the best and I feel great and I'm thriving and it's such a turn on this whole date. And guess what? He can feel that too, that you're more in the mood, that you're more, I don't know, outgoing, feminine, and sensual, and like thriving on that date. And that's what I think, like, you can always redirect. So let's say this guy would ask me for a dinner and it's like, hey, can we do something different? You can always speak up because then he knows you're also going to be different, right? Because you're going to show up as the best self. And I think this is part of creating your unique dating approach. And then I think dating in your 40s becomes super easy because you know what you want, you have the high standards, you have your experiences, you're aware of your triggers and traumas, and you know what you're looking for, right? And you know how to approach that. You know what you like, you know what you need, and that's what we're here for. We're not 20 years old anymore and exploring everything. We don't know what we want. No, we know exactly what we want. And then we bring all of your standards, values, and the way you feel the best about yourself into your dating experience, right? And then we want to make this great. And then you also figure out if this is a match with this guy, right? If he likes what you're going to suggest, or if he just wants to stay home or go to Beverly Hills. So yeah, that's just an example of how you can do it. And I think the clearer you are about what you need, right? What you want, and your approach, dating is gonna be always a success because we'll only meet up with man who's gonna follow this, right? And man who's gonna match your energy. And we're not gonna play small. We're not gonna settle for less. Even if the Beverly Hills restaurant is nice, we can have more, right? You got this. And I hope you're gonna create your unique dating approach. Let me know how it is going in the comments. Feel free to share it. I'm always happy to inspire and share it as well on my social media. So drop the thing. And yeah, I'm super excited for your next amazing dates.